Good afternoon, good morning, guys. This is the Canada Social Podcast. This is your host, Carrie Barasati, coming to you live, Season 2, Episode 15. I'm excited. Derek Carr to the Saints. First thing first, let's give a special round of applause to the Saints organization. Many of us has forgot how great who dat really was, from Peyton Manning's days in 2006 to Sean Payton to Drew Brees being there, thinking you're going to have him in the year or two, trying out Jameis Winston. You've been through a lot. Then Tom Brady comes in over there, takes over the division. It's tough. But, guys, your stake to claim the throne is coming back. I love Derek Carr. Many people don't know that his brother, David Carr, was the first pick overall for the Houston Texans. Remember, the first player that went to the Texans was Steve Hutchinson, the left guard, number 76. Now, coming out of college that year, your inaugural team, the expansion team, gets the first pick. A lot of people forget that his big brother, David Carr, was an NFL quarterback. And, guys, that guy got hit more than a piñata at my son's 8th birthday party. Guys, it is incredible how I thought as a kid, you know what? They're going into NFL. The first player to go in free agency was a big left guard, and you got the quarterback. And I'm thinking, growing up, oh wow, it's a pass protection team, and Jesus Christ, that guy got pummeled. And you know what? He stood in there, played year after year, good 7-8 years out there. Derek comes in the NFL now, and Derek has been very much known as a gunslinger. Coming into the league, a lot of people compare him to Jake Plummer. I thought Derek Carr and Jake Plummer was very much the same quarterback. A lot of people forget Jake Plummer was a quarterback for the Arizona Cardinals. He played for the Denver Broncos. He was a traditional Justin Herbert quarterback coming out of that play action role, strong rights, hitting your corners, hitting your amazing tight ends. I really thought that would have been very similar to him. Now, when Derek went there, he's with the Raiders now. He's been a Raiders quarterback forever. Went through this John Gruden situation. Come on, John Gruden, Mr. Chucky, and Derek Carr stood there 10 toes down, guys. 10 toes. He didn't falter. He didn't blame the organization. How many head coaches, how many offensive coordinators, how many quarterbacks coaches did he go through? I mean, that's almost as funny as Byron Leftwich being a quarterback's coach to Tom Brady. That's how hilarious it was, that the disrespect that these guys put on legends such as Tom Brady. And I know Derek Carr, you can't use that legend's name yet, but the guy has all the tools. He's a Pro Bowl quarterback. He fed Devontae Adams this year. If Darren Waller would have been healthy, who would have known? Maybe if Josh Jacobs would have dropped so many passes, who would have known? The guy dropped 9 passes this year in a 16-game season. He's a great running back. Is he a pass-catching back? It goes to show that you miss out on those players, and it affects so much. It's a domino effect in the NFL, and this Derek Carr signing to the Saints is a great domino effect. You guys forgot about Michael Thomas, number 13. At one point, he led the NFL in receptions. At one point, he was a top 3 receiver in the NFL, and not too far ago. I'm not talking about Des Bryant. I'm talking about Michael Thomas, a physical, strong, gifted receiver who wasn't the fastest, but his route running saves him. His physicality saves him. He's a souped-up version of Plexico Burress, the ex-NFL Giant receiver. So when you guys look at this team that they have there, guys, you got Alvin Kamara. I mentioned the drops from the running back with Josh Jacobs at 9 last year because of you have a great pass-catching back with Alvin Kamara. I mean, besides Alvin Kamara, the only person I put up there in that a pass-catching running back ability is Christian McCaffrey. And look who we're talking about, Christian McCaffrey, Alvin Kamara. That's the type of classifications. We're not talking about Raheem Mostert. We're not talking about Mr. Wilson over there. We're talking about Jonathan Taylor type running backs. You give that to Derek Carr, now take a look at the other side defensive end now. You have Mr. Cameron Jordan on the other side, ready to lay the boom. And you forgot the Honey Badgers back there, that free safety lurking, the Ed Reed 2.0, the Troy Polamalu in the coming. Like, we has a team. He has a succession. He has a good foundation. And to be brutally honest, everybody out there in that division is done. I think the Bucs are done. We all know that. Fournette's probably going to go back over to Jacksonville. I think that's the best fit for him. The head case, as we call him, Mr. Aaron Rodgers. Sorry about that, guys. Aaron Rodgers has a couple of days left to make his decision. I think he goes to the Jets. I definitely think that Jordan Love takes over the Packers. And my next podcast I'm going to do is a what if. And we're going to drop that today. What if Rodgers leaves? Where does that leave the Packers? What type of offense is Jordan Love going to go out and initiate? Because a Jordan Love-initiated offense, if you could scheme it up and planning up, is a completely different offense compared to a 38, 39, 40-year-old Aaron Rodgers. The mobility, the lack of mobility, we should say, because Aaron Rodgers is so versatile. But is he Jordan Love? Aaron Rodgers maybe get 300-400 rushing yards a year, where Jay Love's at 6, 7, 8 possibly. Those are things you got to look at. Josh Allen rushed over for 900 yards this year. Justin Fields over 1,000. It's a mobile quarterback running-driven league. Derek Carr's great at that rollout. I would love to see a good tight end at the Saints. I would love to see a Gesicki. I would love to see a Dawson Knox out there, a Dawson Schultz over there from the Dallas Cowboys. I would love to see that pass-catching tight end to help out Carr, because Carr hasn't had that in his years. Darren Waller was the truth. Darren Waller, they signed him back for the 4-year, $50, $60 million deal, and the guy played, 5 games this year? David Njoku, another great tight end for the Browns. I would love to see these fellas healthy. You do that, now the landscape of the NFL starts to change now. Cleveland's locked in their quarterback for $240 million guaranteed. Deshaun Watson is a premier-level quarterback. Who would you take? Derek Carr, Deshaun Watson. They're both ex-Pro Bowlers. They have to be higher than the Tua situation. You have to take those guys higher than Dak. Dak has been what? First 13, 14 games in the NFL, they start off hot and then they end up dying? You're in a league, you're in a succession where you have to prove yourself every single week. And up until last year, the Pro Bowl meant something. The All-Star game meant something. Derek Carr going to the Saints means something. It means who that is back. They got 17 games this year. They're going 12-5. That's easy. That's a given. Michael Thomas comes back. Kamara. Come on, guys. Tell a friend and tell a friend, guys. It's the Cancel Sports Podcast. This is Season 2, Episode 15, man. I appreciate you guys. I'll check you guys out later, man. Drop your comments below. Make sure you follow us on Twitter, Instagram, YouTube. You can catch me everywhere, guys. See you soon.